Good morning, and firstly, I apologise for how awful this lighting looks. It's dark, about to start work, but I wanted to get this off my chest. I haven't done a video for a very long time, and this is related to the Epstein Files. That we're not getting them, and I've basically come to terms with the fact that we won't get them. We won't really find out the people that are deeply implicated in it, the ones that are too powerful, because they won't allow it. And I think what this highlights to me is that the amount that over centuries, really, certainly decades, but centuries, the powerful elites have just embedded themselves everywhere. No one gets to real power without being controlled by them. Those that can't be controlled just simply don't get the opportunity. It's really quite simple, really. And the ones that get to sort of to be the face of power, they're not really in the position of power, are ones who they know can be controlled. And the tried and tested way of controlling people is to have them implicated in something that they don't embarrassing, or they don't want other people to know that they've done. Hunting traps, videos of them with young girls, young boys, taking drugs, whatever, whether it's a Diddy party or an Epstein Island event, or, we don't know where else it's happening, but it's happening everywhere. It's going on all the time. This Epstein one is just the one that is the most public. So anyway, apologies for this if this is a bit rambling. I am going to try to make it a bit more clear. But basically it's what's going on in my head. I imagine other people have like neat files inside their head, or this is my 9/11 file, and this is my JFK file, and this is my Epstein file. With me, it's more like I had it all little notes scribbled on little bits of paper. Somebody opened the window and a gust of wind come in and it's all just swirling around. That's what it's like in there. I will just say before I crack on as well, if anyone is interested in reading the books I've written, and I've now got 3 of them, their links are in the description. If you're interested, they're on ebook form, and I'd love to know. I'd love to know if you like them. Anyway, so we're not going to find out this way. Just accept it. It's not going to happen. But the good news is that there's enough people that are coming to this conclusion, and there's enough people in the West, the people of the West, that know that just everything's rotten and the civil unrest is growing. So the people, they cannot release this information. Like, even if Trump is innocent, maybe he is, maybe he isn't, I don't know, whatever. I think he knows, and everyone knows, that if they were to actually release these files, if we would then find out that pretty much every institution in every country in the West and other countries are implicated. There would be just collapse. They talked about bailing out the banks in 2008, too big to fail. Well, that would be times 1,000 here. I mean, literally just all the institutions would cease to work. There could be complete anarchy. And I know there's a lot of people saying, yeah, give me anarchy. And I think I'm a little bit like that myself. I would sort of like, it means that much to me for justice to be dished out, that I would accept some anarchy for a while and sort of hope that we do manage to sort of reset and rebuild over the broken foundations, but sort of set something up a bit more solid for the future. But, they'll come in and they'll corrupt that, won't they? I think every now and again, we probably just need a little reset. And I think that that's inevitable anyway. I think all over the world, you've got the civil unrest. People have had enough. There will be civil wars, revolutions. I don't know exactly what they're going to look like. I don't know how it's going to end, but it's going to happen. So there is, for me, there is that little bit of, I hold on to that as my little bit of white pill, because it is incredibly black pilling, all of this. And it's so, but you just feel so helpless. You feel so little, don't you? There's nothing you can do about it. We know what they're doing, and they're not going to stop. For those out there that think, so like you might be quite new to this waking up. It's 10 years, this journey, and it's done an awful lot of damage to me. Gone down an awful lot of rabbit holes and come out going, oh, no, they're talking about the shape of the earth there. Whatever, like move away from that. But there's a lot of people that are more new to it, and they're going to be going, no, we can vote our way out of this, and we can do that. You'll find out that you can't. You do not get the opportunity to have a party put into power through election that are not going to be controlled in some way. So I personally believe that Rupert Lowe seems to be, smashing it right now. But if it really comes down to it, and he really is that adamant that he's not going to play ball, then he might get really sad one day and accidentally put two in the back of his head and then hang himself, or he might turn out that he's actually had a secret drug problem and he had a hot dose, or he got mugged to death, or even more just subtle than that, or more blatant than that. They just say, no, we're making it illegal for you to stand, like they did with Marie Le Pen. It's illegal now for you. We found a tiny smear on your, in your past, and we're going to use that, and so that, do you see where I'm coming from? It just doesn't happen. I really have no faith that we're going to get that, and I think it's going to come down to the people taking over. And I'm not going to go into details of it because I don't know exactly how it will happen, but it's the inevitable conclusion. Those that have the power cannot let it go because they will not be forgiven. They can't just walk away and go, sorry about all that tyranny we've been doing. Soz, it won't be enough. We're gonna want justice. Me personally, I'd build scaffold in Parliament Square and get the nooses there, and march them out 10 by 10. But then I think that happened in the French Revolution, didn't it? And the guy that was getting a bit happy with the guillotine ended up getting guillotined himself. So maybe don't put me in charge of it. Because I might not know when to stop that frustrated. Anyway, did anyone make sense of that? Or was that just swirly whirly mess? I don't know. I might watch this back. But anyway, have a lovely Christmas. I hope you spend time with your family. I will be spending time with my brand new granddaughter. I'm a granddad now. Amazing news. She was born healthy, which was I was so worried because there was a few little complications there, and anyway, my daughter and my granddaughter are right as rain, and I couldn't be more happy, even though everything is just so dark. Anyway, have a good Christmas, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.